Hi, this is the last question in the playlist where we're looking at bounds, and I've saved the best till last. This is probably about as complicated as it gets. And the thing you need to look at really is not just trying to figure out the upper and lower bounds for each of the numbers, but also you're going to be doing a little bit of algebra to manipulate this formula in order to make u the subject. So let's have a look first at the upper bounds of v, a and s. So if we look at v, I've got 48.35. Well, the lower bound of that is going to be 48.345, and the upper bound is going to be 48.355. Okay, so that takes care of v. Let's look at a. Well, I've got 9.81. The lower bound of that, because it's corrected 2 decimal places, is 9.805. And the upper bound is 9.810. And then finally, I've got S, and that's 45.2, but this time it's correct to 1 decimal place. So to 1 decimal place, it means the lower bound is going to be 45.15, and the upper bound is going to be 45.25. Okay, so far so good. Now what we're looking at is to be able to put this information into this particular formula in order to find the upper bound for u, and that's going to be the important one. Okay, so it's not all about just using the upper bound values of each of these. What we've got to try to do is find the biggest number that u could be. Okay, and we need a little bit of algebra for that. So what we've got is v squared. Well, the upper bound of v is 48.355 squared, and that's absolutely fine. But then we've got u squared, and we want 2 times a times s. Well, because of the way that we're going to be then subtracting this calculation away from this calculation in order to make it the biggest number, we need these two to be the smallest they can possibly be. So we need this one, which is the value of a, to be 9.805, and then s is going to be the value of 45.15. Okay, so the important thing is this whole calculation is going to be the smallest, because when we take it away, remember when we move it over to the left hand side, we're going to subtract it. So when we take it away from this calculation, it's still going to be the biggest this number can be. Okay, so let's have a look at how that would actually work. We've got 48.355 squared. Now at the moment I'm not tempted to actually calculate this, because otherwise we're going to introduce too many errors too early. But if I write this out in the way that I'm going to actually put this into the calculator, it'll give me the ability then to get my value, in this particular case, of u squared. Now I can calculate that, okay, and if you feed this information directly into the calculator, I just realised I've written that wrong there. If you do feed this calculation direct into the calculator, you should get an answer of 1452.814525. Now bearing in mind that equals u squared. So when you then use the calculator again to get the square root of that, if you actually key it in as the root of the answer, that would give you the value of u, which in this particular case is going to be 38.1158014, and that's the value of u. Okay, now you'll notice back in the question it says give your answer correct to 3 decimal places. Okay, so if correct to 3 decimal places, this is the 3rd decimal place. It's going to change to 6 because of the number afterwards, which is above 5. So this answer, a value of u, will equal 38.116, and that's to 3 decimal places. and that would be the answer. Okay, I hope that's okay for you. A little bit of a tricky question. You just got to be very careful that you introduce the smallest value of here, because when you take it away, you want still this calculation to be the biggest that it can be. Okay, please do add a comment below if you're not sure about anything. Have a look at the other videos within the playlist and subscribe to the channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you inside the next video.